All right, great. Thank you. Couple things. What a great crowd. 11,000, I think it was over. And again, I tell them all the time. Hopefully they're listening. They get us to the finish line with their energy that they give us. They know when to cheer. They know when we need them the most. And we're so grateful once again that they spent some of their New Year's Eve day with us, and they're so important to the success that we've had. Grace Berger being here was certainly a special moment for us. We hadn't seen Grace for some time, so just being able to present her with her ring, the applause I think that she got was no doubt well deserved, but just special for her to be back. She and Kiana Worthen were here today. And anytime your alums come back, it's a special thing because they've helped build this program, both of those young ladies, and it was great to have them here. I thought, you guys, spectators, got to watch a great Big Ten game this afternoon against two very competitive teams. Player for player, Cooks was cooking today. Obviously Mac was special for us. And I'm going to tell you, we need Chloe Moore McNeil to continue to put pressure on the defense the way she did today. And, those shots for Sarah are going to fall. Those shots for Sid are going to fall. Yarden impacts the game in a lot of different ways. But when we can have Chloe be as aggressive as she was today, that will only help our basketball team. And so I'm really proud of what she was able to do today for us. So, statistically never happy with 16 turnovers, got out rebounded, but you have to find other ways, to win games. And sometimes, you might have game goals, you fall short, but you find other ways to win games. And, just a side note with Sarah and Sid that struggled today, the conversation is there's so many ways that you can still impact the game when your shot's not falling, whether that's rebound, playing the stingy defense that we need, score assists, setting great screens, with your energy, your body language. All of that matters when you're struggling. And I thought that Sid especially showed great enthusiasm and energy for her team. She might not be shooting it great, but she is a great shooter, and I'll continue to say that. And then we know Sarah, what she's capable of, but Sarah's going to get everybody's best. She's too good of a shooter to not, and we're going to have to figure out other ways that we can get her loose. But overall, we're happy that we got out of here with a win today to sort of restart the Big Ten season.
Teri, obviously you've seen plenty of games like this from Mackenzie throughout her career, right, and plenty of big games in these sorts of big, close, tight games. Just, she went in kind of her takeover mode last few minutes. Yep. Just what is it about these sorts of games and these sorts of moments that brings out the best in Mackenzie?
Well, again, she's old, right? She's a veteran. The awards, the accolades speak for themselves in terms of what she's been able to accomplish here. I think all of these guys, but Mac especially is she and Chloe are certainly our leaders. It was just a matter of her, on nights like Sid was having and Sarah was having, we need, others to step up. And tonight it was Mac's night. And we have seen her, do what she did tonight, and hopefully she'll have more of those nights. But I think it was just a matter of her feeling confident, wanting the ball, seeing that thing go in, making the right decisions, and then she gets to the free throw line, for us, which is huge, and is able to stick them. And so she is, as everybody knows in the big, she creates problems for other fives in this league to defend her because of her footwork, her hands, all of it. But it was great to see her have a night or an afternoon like she did today. It really was.
Josh and Zion. Coach, 27-4 in the calendar year. What made this year so special for you and your program?
Wow. I think anytime, from a program perspective, you can do something that hasn't been done in 40 years, and you can't quantify what that means, to our team, Grace Berger. And although, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, we still can't forget what that team was able to accomplish and all the great moments that we had, just not on the floor, but off the floor, traveling together, being with each other, building something, just really special. And so I will look back at, this last season and with fond memories of, just being able to, win the Big Ten, but also be able to share it, the way we were able to with our fans. That was a great moment, I think, for all of us.
Teri, Chloe had said going into this game that you were telling her to be more aggressive. Mm-hmm. At what point during this 9-day break did you kind of realize that and tell her that, and just why do you think it's important for her to attack more? Well,
it might have, I've been telling her that, but they were side conversations. This break allows you to do some things which is great, and that's take time to spend intentional time with every one of your kids. And I'm talking just one-on-one. And so we were able to do that with all of them, inside of the last 3 days, have one-on-ones with them, talk to them about how they were feeling, but also as we move forward, these are the things that we feel like we have to have from you. And, Chloe, I think, got the message. We have to have Chloe being aggressive for us. Yes, she is the point guard out there, and her job is to, and she, what Chloe would tell you is she's a pass-first player, and that's great. She has to facilitate, she has to get her players in positions to score the ball, but she also has to have the balance of being aggressive herself. And I thought today she had great balance. I mean, not only did she score, but the seed she threw out to Yarden, for that knockdown three, was as important as anything she did today. And so I think her finding the balance of her being aggressive but still being able to do her job of facilitating and putting her teammates in positions to score, both of those things have to happen.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Skip.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Do you know what I'm going to ask you today?
Well, we didn't press. We did see their press, but yeah.
About 2 minutes or so to go in the first half. Mm-hmm. Yarden picks up her second foul.
Sure.
She has to come out. You bring Sarah in.
Yeah.
Then you did something a little interesting.
Oh, double big.
Double big.
Yeah, double big.
Is this was this something you just happened or foreshadowing?
They went double big. So what they did was Hobby and Bostic were both in, and that's double bigs. Those are both there. Even though Bostic probably, they feel like she can play the 4. They put their 2 5s in, if you will, and we felt like, and we've practiced that. We've prepped for that early on in the season when we thought we were going to meet. Run into teams that were going to play 2 5s, two true 5s. Although we didn't have to do it a long time. I mean, it was at the end. We only, about 2 minutes, I think you got to see 2 possessions of us, offensively. Again, feel really comfortable with Lily and Mac, being able to play with their backs to the basket. But we were trying to run a little bit of our LA series, which is, Mac being out on the perimeter. And so we didn't have to stick with it long, but we were more than comfortable going to it. And, that's, Lily has proven not only is she reliable defensively, but she's a kid that we can stick that ball inside to her, and we feel really good about our chances of, that ball going through the hoop. So it was, like I said, we couldn't stay with it long, but it was great to be able to have the luxury of being able to do that and feeling good about it.
Yeah, Teri, in the fourth quarter, they tied it on 2 straight possessions, had a chance to take the lead. You kind of hadn't played in a close game in a while, especially in the fourth quarter. What kind of gave you the confidence that you could leave them on the court and they could kind of work themselves out.
Again, it's we haven't per se been in a tight game of that nature, but we've been in some really tough battles, and so I think you just trust that the five guys that you have out there have experience. They know what they have to do, and so I think I was more concerned about, okay, how can we separate ourselves from an offensive standpoint? What over there can I run to give Mackenzie a look and/or we were trying to get Chloe coming off of ball screens, Yarden coming off of ball screens downhill. We felt like that was an advantage for us. It was working. And so, again, I think we all had confidence that those experienced kids out there have been in those moments before, and they knew what they had, what was at stake, and they knew what they had to do in order to complete possessions defensively.
Teri, you spoke about the turnovers, and it seemed like not all of them, but a lot of them were a product of the team speeding up a little bit, getting ahead of themselves. Yeah. The answer to that seems elementary, slow down, but
Sure.
How hard is it to maintain a good pace and, not get yourself caught in those situations?
Yeah. I remember the first probably 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes into the game, Mac runs by the bench and says, "We are playing too fast. Right now we got to slow down." And so I think, it's just reminding them that, and it's also play calling. Okay, what can slow us down? What will give us multiple screening actions, whether it's back screen, pin down, whether, it's something that we can play call over there that has multiple screening actions that really make us have to slow down, set our cuts up, be in the right place, set great screens for one another. I think the balance is this group understands the balance. I do think this, Todd, I think, it feels like it's the beginning again of Big Ten play. I think both teams were extremely excited, eager, anxious, if you will. I think there was some of that, as soon as the ball was tipped. And so I think for us, it was a matter of us just kind of settling in to the atmosphere, to it being, New Year's Eve, to it being the first game, of the Big Ten season, or second game of the Big Ten, but it's been a minute since we played. And so I think a lot of that, they've been really off the charts excited for the last 3 days of practice. They could not wait to get to today. And so I anticipated them, being a little more revved up than normal.
I did notice the double bigs and wondered how much we'd see it.
Mm-hmm.
But a few days ago, you were talking about at the beginning of the Big Ten season, you would feel like you're going to have a target on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the kind of game we're going to see a lot of?
Yeah.
You think?
Again,
Like this,
yep.
really think
Yeah.
about it?
I was telling my dad on the way here to this game, throw the records away. This is a new season, and I'm going to guess that both, most coaches kind of do what we do, and that's your non-conference season is a season, and it's over. Now your Big Ten season becomes a new season. And so, for teams, regardless of their record, it's an opportunity to reset and get excited about what's ahead in Big Ten play. And, I think the other thing too, Lou, is, these teams, we know each other quite well. And so it's great. It's a great chess match to go back and forth. But that's going to be throughout the entire season. This is a great league. I've said it before, with great coaches and great players. And so everybody is always well prepared from a scouting perspective. And we got really freaking good players in this league.
For you, last year you played a very, very similar game with Illinois down the stretch, going back and forth. It seemed like that caused a bit of nervousness because nobody had known really yet what Illinois was. You guys probably did internally, but externally you could feel the nervousness kind of in the atmosphere here because people thought, hey, a mediocre team take you down to the end, when actually it was a real battle to the finish because it was between two good teams. This year, everybody knows Illinois is good, and even though they've lost close games, they now are one of the better teams in the Big Ten. So did you notice a difference in the atmosphere in your crowd this time, being less nervous down the stretch and just enjoying, a great game rather than a team they didn't maybe realize was as good as they were last year?
I don't know that I noticed or I felt the sense of nervousness from our crowd. I think they were just trying to pour energy into us and get us to the finish line. I mean, this is, like I said, when you're at Indiana, you can expect to have, fans that have an understanding of the game of basketball. They've been around it, they've watched it, and so I think one of the great beauties of our crowd since I've been here is they know when when we need them, and so there were moments where there were big possessions, and certainly they got to their feet. But I don't know that there was nervousness. For them, I think they've watched us battle before, and it was a matter of them being that sixth man for us today. So, yep. Happy New Year to you guys. All right. Yep.